Happy Monday. So, for those of you who follow me closely, I would like to apologize for the lie that I would have my podcast running up in April. I'm the worst. So, yep, no update on that. I've been traveling too much and I hate technology. I think I might invest in a new computer before that. I don't know. All right. Anyways, so I just went live with this topic in My Biggest Loser, which is my new challenge group. We're starting today. So everyone's getting me their weight, their measurements, their pictures, and we're doing a $10 buy-in because there was a cash pot for the winners at the end. So I was talking to them, right? I have a couple. This is a common thing, right? Is that we set a goal, we work towards a goal, and either when we get close to the goal or we reach the goal, we just stop, right? Call it self-sabotaging. And so I figure if people struggle with that in my group, if I struggle with that, chances are people out there, not in my group, struggle with this. So I wanted to share something that I saw somewhere on a call that really put it into perspective for me. So I want to talk to you guys about setting goals and finding your why. And this does not have to be a physical goal, okay? Right? So for me, I was sharing with my group that I just pushed for a promotion, right? And so I was pushing and pushing and pushing. And then Thursday, I wake up, whoop, whoop, 1-star qualifying. I haven't been up at 6 working with my partner since, right? So I worked so hard to get that goal, and then I just took my foot off the gas when I got there. Sound familiar? Sound familiar, right? Who hasn't done that? We push so hard, then we get to the goal and we're like, sweet, I can coast, right? No, there is no coasting in this life. There is no coasting in this life. None. You think you're coasting and then whoosh, big ass wave comes, sweeps you back into the ocean, right? So how do we keep going, right? Because when we get to our goals, then we don't know what to do, right? We got there. So, of course, a lot of people will say, well, set the next goal, right? Good. Start there. Set the next goal. Always good to know where you're going. But what if your goal is your end goal? Or you think it's your end goal, right? So I have a couple women in my group and I have a lot of women in my group. But so this challenge, we have the top 5 winners are getting the cash prize. And then everyone who reaches their goal gets a prize. So I need to know what everyone's goal is. And I told them it can be, if you don't have a lot, if yours isn't about losing weight and you're trying to focus on forming habits, your goal would be, I want to exercise 4 days a week. That's my goal, right? So at the end of the 4 weeks, did you hit your goal? Did you exercise 4 times every week? Right? So we're working on whatever it is. But for some people, that goal is 10 pounds, right? So let's just start there. I'm just going to use that as an example. So you lose that 10 pounds. Great. Awesome. Then what happens? Coast. Big ass wave. Next thing we know, 6 months later, it's damn it, I need to lose that 10 pounds again. Right? So you need to know your why. You need to know what's deeper than the goal. Because 10 pounds is not strong enough to keep you in the lane for life. I'm just going to tell you that right now. 100 pounds may not even be strong enough because we pick instant gratification over delayed gratification. Words are hard, guys, right? I need to do more PD so I can listen to these things and bring them in here. So, right? So we choose whatever is most appealing to us now versus what we really want in the future. instant gratification. We're all guilty, right? You really want to fit in that dress, but you really also want that donut. So you choose the donut saying, well, one donut isn't going to make or break me. Yeah, I'm guilty of that too. My nutrition sucks. That used to be part of my mindset, right? Like, well, I lose weight slower than a turtle anyways. What does it matter if I have that donut? That mindset is not getting you towards your goal. You're literally sabotaging yourself from what you claim that you want, right? So how do we get a clearer picture? How do we paint a clearer picture about what we want? I'm going to give you guys a metaphor. Again, words are hard. And I have to drink this because I have to work out after this. I only have the girls at school for 3 hours today. I got lots to do because I've been traveling like a crazy person. I think I was supposed to start a cleanse today. Guys, anybody can be a coach. Actually, it runs all week, so I think I'm gonna start it tomorrow. But all right, so here, are you with me? I need you with me. I need you to do this exercise with me. I'm serious. You don't have to share it on this thread. You can share it with me in a message. I would love to know. I would love to know. And also, I don't have to be your coach to do this. Guys, if this is a goal that you're working towards on your own, and maybe you just need some accountability, guys, like accountability and support is a game changer. It's a game changer. It's the only reason why I have a job. That's why I have a job. You guys can do these workouts. You can get the nutrition plans on your own. What am I? I am someone who has been through it, who is going through it, and who's going to help you get through it. That's all I am. I'm your cheerleader. I'm your personal cheerleader. Some would say it's stupid that I have a job, but my job is to keep you in the game. My job is to remind you of the skin that you have in the game. And my job is to remind you that you're worth the fucking game. Because the only voice we have in our heads most of the time is our own. And chances are, if you've been struggling, then you've been telling yourself that you can't do this. And you need to get that shit out of there, right? You need somebody else pouring positive, strong thoughts into your mind that you can. I watched a woman who has been labeled disabled, who has nerve pain, permanent nerve pain, damage, and pain every single day. Every single day. I watched her run a race. I ran next to her this weekend. And like, I have goosebumps. I have goosebumps again because watching her do something that she thought she could never do. And not only did she do it, she fucking nailed it. Right? And the next day, when we were starting to work out, we were so sore. She said to me, "This is your fault." And I was like, "What?" She's like, "This is your fault that I hurt so much. You made me believe that I could do anything." And my heart, guys. Like, you can do anything. I didn't believe it either. I needed somebody to believe in me that I could do anything. So I know how powerful that is. I know how strong that makes you. I know what that can do. Because together we can move mountains. We really, really can. You can move them, and I can tell you that you can. You're going to move them all on your own. I just give you the tools and the belief. Really, guys, because that's what most people lack, is the belief, is the support, is the accountability, right? So, let's go over this why. And then if you want to join me, open enrollment ends Friday for The Biggest Loser, okay? So, you are welcome. Anyone is welcome, right? We love you. We will totally take you in our family. And help you do all the things. So, we have 2 buildings, guys. Oh my gosh, look at this. I even have a little, we have 2 buildings. I just did this in my challenge group today, so if any of my challengers are on here, you're getting the same thing. Sorry, guys. And if it wasn't more tailored to them, I saved the video, and then I was like, no, I'll just redo it. Okay, so we have 2 buildings, right? We're all in this building. Not together. You're in this building, right? And then there's this building, and there's a crosswalk. real good at this, right? All right, so there's a crosswalk here. Elsie's little tongue compressor. Elsie L or just Elsie? Elsie with candles. Okay, so, excuse me. We've got two burning buildings. We have two buildings. Ooh, spoiler. We have two buildings and we have a crosswalk. This is a really good one. And if you're in network marketing, take this to your teams. It's a good one. It's a good one, right? So if you have anybody that you're working towards goals with, this is really good to paint the why. Because you need to know the why, guys. Because when you get to the goal and when you get past it, you need to know why you're still going. And when it gets hard, and when you want to quit or when you reach your goal, you need to know why you're really doing this, right? It can't be about 10 pounds. It can't be about a promotion. It's got to be about more than that. Because when you get there, you've got to keep going. What I really love, so the program that I just finished with Sean, 6 weeks. First 2 weeks, commit. Second 2 weeks, conquer or climb. The third 2 weeks, conquer. And in that conquer phase, he talks to you the whole time about sustainability. Sustainability. What are you going to do next? How are you going to sustain these results? Because there is no going back to that starting picture. There is no going back to the beginning. You've done the hard work. You're in it. How are you going to stay in it? What are you going to do next that is going to make sure that you not only keep climbing on the work that you're doing, but you don't undo it? So many times, guys, we go all in. We do all this work and then we just undo it. We just undo it because maybe we don't know why, right? All right. So there's two buildings. We're in this one, right? We start walking across this crosswalk. You get to like my nose and this building is on fire. On fire. Going up in flames, coming out of all the windows, right? What is in that building that you would go back into the flames for? It doesn't have to do anything with your goal. What is in that building that you would risk running into the flames for? That's your why. You've got to figure out how to attach that to whatever you're doing. Right? So I'll share some with you guys. So for me, my why, what's in that building for me? Man. Well, we'll start with 75-year-old Melissa. 75-year-old Melissa's in that building because today it might not matter if I skip the workout. Today, it might not matter if I eat the cupcake. But if I do that today, and I do that tomorrow, future Melissa was really going to suffer. She needs me to treat her right because I haven't. Right? I tell my crew that there's a windshield for all of us. Right? Mine came in 2015. You're either going to smash into it, go through it, or it's just going to knock you out. But there's a windshield in your life too. What are you going to do now to build yourself up enough that you can survive that crash? Right? Like that's the preparation, guys. Like this life, oh, I'm not going to get into it, but you see the world that we live in. It's fucking scary. Something will come for you. Some kind of tragedy will come for you. And that's when we stop. But if you know why, if you know what's in that burning building, and you know that if you stop, that goes up in flames, that goes up in ashes, you might be more inclined to keep going, right? So it's not only future Melissa, it's the fact that I want to be able to hold my grandkids. Just be able to hold them, right, guys? Like it's hard enough for me to hold my babies right now. How's it going to be in 30 years? That's what I want. That's in that building. People to hold my grandbabies. Doesn't have to be big, guys. My sobriety is in that building. I would go back into a burning building for my sobriety. That's in there. My daughter's future is in that building. Their teenage years, their early 20 years, the way that their body image and their self-confidence is in that building. Because I know that I'm setting the example. So I have to keep showing up for them in 10 years, in 20 years, my grandbabies in 30, 40 years. It's not about the 10 pounds. It's not about the 20 pounds that I still have to lose. That's just the first step on the ladder, guys. It's about so much more. What is in that burning building for you? What is it? Like, it's got to be big. Because life is going to throw windshields at you. Life is going to throw obstacles at you. Trauma, grief. I'm getting notifications of people joining My Biggest Loser. And that was the second couple. So we've got some couples, our third couple. We have 3 couples in there. Makes me excited. So what's in your burning building, guys? What's going to keep you in the game when you reach the first goal, when you reach the second goal, or when you fall off the wagon? Like, there's got to be something on that wagon that is strong enough for you guys that you will grab onto a rope. I can hear it in my mouth. Finally got it. That you will grab on to one of the ropes and you are willing to hold on for dear life and be dragged behind to climb your way back up. What would be worth on that wagon for you that you would drag yourself behind it? If you fall off the wagon, great. I mean, not great, but it happens. It happens. What's going to make you grab that rope, guys? Like, what is it? These are things that you have to ask yourself, because it can't be about fitting back into the jeans. It can't be about hitting a number on a scale, because when you fit the jeans, when you see the number on the scale, what's next? Right? Something's going to happen. You're like, well, I'm there. I don't really need it anymore. And then you fall off. So what is important enough to you that would make you grab that rope, and even that you would hold on and be dragged behind? Rocks in your face, dirt in your face. What is on that wagon that you would fight for your life for? This is your life, guys. This is your life. Your health is your life. You get one body, one. And that fucker can take some damage and some beating, let me tell you. But it can only take so much. It can only take so much. My pap-pap's in the hospital right now. And he's got some issues. CHF and kidney disease, and now his liver is acting up. And so, of course, he has to give up beer. And this was really hard for me, guys, because it made me feel so bad and guilty and scared about all the damage that I've done to myself. And at this point, it just feels selfish. That was hard for me last week, because I wasn't judging him on his choices. I was judging me on mine. You know, I've done a lot of damage to myself mentally, physically. No one ever told me that there was anything worth fighting for in a burning building. And honestly, guys, I don't know if I loved myself enough to try for any of it. So you gotta work on that too. You should know, or you need to work on knowing, that you deserve good things. You deserve to have good health. You deserve to feel good. You deserve to wake up every morning and go to bed every night. That's a blessing. That's a privilege. And stop looking at the shit that got you here as treats. That's something that we talk about in my challenge group a lot, is that donuts, cake, cupcakes, cheesecake, Lady Locks, right? All these things, whatever these things that we think are treats when we're being good. How are you treating yourself with the same thing that got you into the situation that you were in when you were fighting? How are you going to let someone push you off the fucking wagon and then give up your seat for them? Right? Right? But yet we do it all the time. We do it all the time. We reward ourselves with crap. And then it feels like we're depriving ourselves because we call them treats. Guys, they're not. You can make healthy treats. I've got recipes for cookies, carrot cake cupcakes. Like, I have recipes for sweets. If you really need to have sweets in your life, make your own with good ingredients. I'm not telling you that you can't have the things. I'm telling you to stop telling yourself that those things are good for you, or treats, or rewards, because that is bullshit. Sorry, not sorry. Why bust your ass all week and then tell yourself you were so good, you deserve that treat? Well, now you think you're depriving yourself of this stuff, first of all. And it's not, I don't tell myself that I can't have stuff. I ask myself, do you really want it? Because when you take it out of your diet and then you put it back in, it makes you feel like shit. And it's like, wow, am I really rewarding myself with making myself feel like crap? Yeah, that's really a thing that we do. Don't ask me why, but we do. All right. I don't know how long I've been on here. Probably too long. Hi, Arlie. My house is kind of a mess. I've been gone all weekend. I don't even know what workout today is. Autumn has changed it all around on me. Oh, it's probably total body cardio. Fucking surrenders. After running this weekend. Ay. So, remember, I'm going to recap, right? Because I got some new people on here. I'm starting to think. Okay. Because I have to do that. Because I have to do the things after this. Also, while I have you, so I talk about this a lot, right? My mom juice. Not only, it gives me good energy. It definitely helps my endurance, my stamina, and my workout. But it's also a habit. So I just finished Atomic Habits, a book that I listened to on Audible. Highly recommend. It's nothing to do with entrepreneur or multi-level marketing. Nothing, right? No MLMs, no business talk. It's just about creating good habits in your life and removing bad habits. So it's a good book for everyone. Highly, highly, highly recommend, especially if you're trying to change something in your life. If you've never gotten a free book from a friend on Audible, I can send you this book for free. So if you don't have Audible, or if you do have Audible, either way, if you don't have Audible, you can get a free book from a friend too. So if you've never used Audible, or if you're using Audible and you've never gotten a free book from a friend, send me a message, comment on here, whatever. I can send you the book for free, okay? Doesn't cost me anything, doesn't cost you anything. It could change your life. It's really good. And it talks about the things that we put into place. So sometimes like, and we do it without even noticing it. Some of these things like driving on autopilot, right? Putting the keys in the car. It's a habit. You open the door, put the keys in, right? Like these are just cues and things that we have learned. And then we just need to apply like these kind of things to those, right? So for me, this is a huge cue. When I drink the mom juice, I know I do the exercise. So not only does it really does help me in my workout, but it's also like my brain is like, okay, it's go time. We drink the mom juice, we do the things. And on days when I don't want to push play, I don't want to drink the mom juice because my brain knows what happens after that. Like it gets to the point, guys, where if my depression is bad or if my back is really bad, I loathe this stuff. I don't want to drink it because I know what happens after. I know what step comes next. It's a habit. It's a cue. It's a habit, right? So all I have to do now to get myself into a place where I'm ready to work out is taste this. When I taste either flavor, when I drink my mom juice, when I taste the mom juice, my body, my brain just goes into, okay, now we do the hard things, right? Like, so yes, I love it because it totally helps. I drink it just for energy too. It has the same amount of caffeine as 1 cup of coffee, but it has really good ingredients for it. So it helps with like focus and energy and all kinds of stuff. Whereas like coffee just has caffeine. So you're getting good stuff in it too. But what I realized is it serves more purpose by just being the thing that I do before the things, or as much purpose as it does by giving me the energy, because I could drink this and not work out and I would still be fine. That's also what I love about this one, is that I don't get any racing heartbeat. I don't get any jitters. I'm not like speed cleaning my house. Like if I don't go downstairs and push play, I just have good focused energy and I could work sitting at my laptop and I would be fine. But my brain says it's time to do the things, right? So it's a habit. Create habits and cues in your life for the good things. Like get the book. Get the book. It's a really good one. I really, really recommend it for everybody. For everybody. Anybody who wants to have better habits or eliminate habits. It always talks about making habits like rewarding and making some habits like less uncomfortable, I think they call it. I don't know. I listened to it a few days ago. I've listened to a new one. Finished a whole book since I listened to that one, so sometimes they fall out of my head. But so we've got 2 burning buildings, guys. Or 2 burning buildings, oh my goodness, guys. We've got 2 buildings. You're on the crosswalk. What is in this building? It's on fire. This building is on fire. This one is safe. You're halfway across the crosswalk. What is important enough to you in your life that you will walk into the burning building to rescue? That is your why. If it's for your business, your personal life, if it's for your fitness, whatever, guys, you have to figure out whatever you're trying to push for in your life. You have to figure out how you can apply that building to that goal. How is that building going to stay you on track? How is that goal going to help you save that building, right? Like, right. Or think about the goal first and then think about the building and what's in the building. Right, guys? Like, what's in that building for you? There's so much more in that building for me now than when I first started. I'll tell you that too, guys. When I first started, there wasn't a whole lot in there. I wasn't in there at all. I am now. I'm very much in that building now. But I wasn't when I started. So if you're not doing it for you, if the only thing that you can put in that building is someone else or something else, that's okay too. That's okay too. Hopefully you get in there. Not like burning and fire and building up, but you know what I mean. Hopefully you end up in there. Because you are worth fighting for. And you are worth doing the things. But if you don't see it right now, I can understand that. Because I was there. But what is in the building, guys? What is in there? What will do it for you? What would you risk your life for? Because it's got to be that big. It's got to be that big. It's got to be about more than the bathing suit or the jeans or the scale or the raise or the income or the promotion. Like, it's got to be about more than any of those things, because when you hit them, what's next? If you give up, you're going to end up in the same place. And that was always the case for me, because I would work really, really hard. I would overwork in the past. I would overwork to get to the goal. And then something in life would happen and I wouldn't have that fight because I was already there, right? And then 6 months later, I'm doing the same thing. I'm trying to lose the same fucking 30 pounds that I just lost a year ago. Sound familiar? You got to figure out what's going to make you go into the flames, guys. What is in those flames? What's worth it for you? I'd love to hear. Send me a message. If this was helpful, feel free to share. Guys, all my stuff is always open to share. You know that. Like, I have no secrets. My page is public. All my stuff is public. Feel free to share. If you want to join us for The Biggest Loser, we have, what's today, Monday? 5 days left of open enrollment. I think we have like 30 people in there so far. I think we have 30 people. We're going to have 3 teams. We have a cheerleader team. So even if you have like, so my cheerleaders, I have one cheerleader who just had a hysterectomy. And again, this is what she was working all year for. She was working all year to get in the best shape because she knew this was coming. She knew this was coming. She's fighting cancer. She had a hysterectomy. That's hard. That's hard. Now she has to take 8 weeks off, right? But instead of taking 8 weeks off completely, she's still in our group. She's a cheerleader. And I told her, okay, you can't push play for 30 minutes. So what you're going to do is you're going to listen to 30 minutes of personal development every day. You're going to take that time that you used to spend 30 minutes in pushing yourself physically, and now you're going to spend 30 minutes on yourself mentally because you still need that time. This is a time where you really need it, right? I've been there, not with the hysterectomy, but I've been there when something happens and you can't work out. And the thing that you were using to keep you sane is gone. It gets hard. When you don't work out, you eat worse, right? So I'm trying to give her the tools to stay on track. So she's going to stay accountable with us every day with her personal development and her nutrition. And she's also a great cheerleader, so she still wants to cheer on everybody else, right? I have a couple other people in the cheerleader team that they're either at their goal weight or right around, and their goals are different, right? So The Biggest Loser is based on weight loss, right? So if you don't have a lot of weight to lose, you can be on the accountability team, the cheerleader team. And that way you're still doing it. You're still doing all the things. But you're just not in for the cash prize, basically, because you really couldn't win it if you don't have any weight to lose. So we are going off of body weight percentage, so it's fair to everybody. And actually, our number one biggest loser from our last round is the girl who is having the hysterectomy. So, and we're so proud of her, and we're standing behind her. And then we have another, one of my coaches is actually in the hospital. And we were talking about this. We were talking, guys, like, I don't lie to you. I don't. I tell you that the reason why we do all this is because life is coming for you. Life will come for you. At some point, I hope it's not in 2019. I hope it doesn't. But I have a feeling it will, or it already has. Or it will again, right? And when it does, what are you going to do? For Jess, this situation, if she hadn't have started in January, first of all, she's down 60 pounds. She's down 60 pounds now. She's dealing with some heart rate issues. She's having a stress test today, possible pacemaker. They're hoping not. And I said to her, think about if you hadn't started yet, what would this be? Would this be the nail in the coffin for you? And she said, yeah. I don't know if I'd be too scared to start after this. Right? Like, her heart rate is not regular. It just keeps dropping. Like, she's missing a signal or something like that, right? One of her goals was to get off her blood pressure medicine. She's off. guys, in 4 months, not only did she get off blood pressure medicine, but that's probably maybe what caused this, that she didn't need it anymore. And so, but the difference is, if this situation would have happened in December, it would have convinced her that she was too far gone, that she had too much wrong with her, that she had too much to work through. But because she already started, she's like, this is just a hurdle. Actually, she was in the hospital texting me. So the Pittsburgh Marathon was this weekend, right? She's in the hospital. They're talking about a possible pacemaker. And she's like, so I want to run the marathon next year. I'm like, lady, I love you. Like, that's the difference. Like, guys, before she started this weekend, this medical situation would have taken her out of the game, would have convinced her that she couldn't do it. And now she's in the hospital like, so I think I want to run 26 miles next year. She's not there anymore, guys. Like, she knows her potential and that her life is worth fighting for, and that this is just one more verification that she's doing the right things, that she's on the right track, that she's living the healthier life, that she's doing the things, right? Maybe this was her windshield, and maybe it's just a tap on the glass for her because she did the things. No, I'm just saying. Real life victories, guys. They happen every day. But we also have real life setbacks. Do you have the right people in your corner? Do you have anybody in your corner? I don't have to be your coach to be in your corner, guys. Send me your goals. Send me your why. Send me your burning building. And then when you feel like the building is burning and you're turning to ashes, send me a message, right? Like, let me help you. Let me help you. Let me just give you some good positive belief, right? We all need somebody to believe in us. I know I did. I really, really, really did. If you're not familiar with alcoholics and addicts, we think very, very little of ourselves. Actually, very little is being way too generous. I'm just going to say it. I don't know if anybody hates themselves more than an addict or an alcoholic. We lay it on thick, right? We do a lot of things that we are not proud of, and then it is really hard to get past that about who we are and what we've done. And two, it's really hard to differentiate yourself from the disease, right? And it's not an out. It's not an out. I'm not giving myself a free pass, but this is one of the reasons why I didn't go to AA. And I almost don't share this because I don't want anyone to think that AA is a bad thing. It is not. It saves lives. It helps people. I knew I had something else that would help me. I had this. I have my BB community. I have personal development. And when I quit drinking, I made the decision that I wasn't going to wallow or dwell on the past and the things that I had done and that I couldn't change. I just wanted to move forward. I wanted to become the person who I wanted to be so that when I made the apologies, it was there. It was there. It wasn't just words, right? I wanted to become better, and I wanted people to see the better before I apologized for the worst. And I've done meetings before in my past and some of the other times that I quit drinking. And for people without a support system, I know why they need it. But a lot of it is working through your using days, and a lot of it is working through all the shit you did. And I didn't want to live another day in that life. I didn't want to spend every day thinking about all the horrible things that I did because I knew that I hated myself enough. And if I put those ideas and I lived in those thoughts every day, that I wouldn't be able to I wouldn't make it. I wouldn't get through. I wouldn't become better because I hated myself so much. I couldn't live in the past anymore. I couldn't focus on all the bad that I had done. I wasn't ready. It took me a year before I could forgive myself. I probably have still more apologies to make, but I feel like at least if I'm putting good things out in the world and if I'm doing good things, then that's enough, because there are just some people that I can't bring myself to face. Guys, when I first started as a coach, I thought, who the fuck would want me to coach them? All I've done is made promises and broken promises my whole life. So I had to do the things. I had to put in the work. I had to make the changes so that you guys can see that it's possible. Because it is. I didn't become this person overnight, and I sure as shit was not her 5 years ago. The work is worth it. You are worth it. The life that you want and the life that you think you can have is worth it and possible. But you gotta know what's in that burning building. You gotta know. Hi, honey. She's staring at me. Staring at me. I'm being sad. She's sitting on a car seat in the window. All right, it's time to push play and work out now and do the things, even though I don't want to do the things. And I'm going to be getting up at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning to work. You'll see me on my stories again for accountability. You know, I don't just do that to throw that stuff out there. I do that to stay accountable to myself and to you guys, right? Accountability is life. Accountability is the reason why I'm sober. It can do great things, but you've got to have someone to be accountable to. I'll be that person. Okay, have a good day, y'all. Happy Monday.